Cyrus Mistry, the Tata Sons ex-chairman, dies in an accident near Mumbai. He was travelling from Gujarat to Mumbai in a Mercedes car. 2 of the 4 people in the car die in the crash. The Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis orders a probe into the accident. The other passengers along with Mr. Mistry are Jahangir Pandol, Anayata Pandol and Darius Pandol. Tragically, they were returning from the Udvahat fire temple where they had gone to pray for the death of a relative of the Pandols. An impressive turnout for the Congress Party's Mengai Par Halla Bol rally in Delhi at the Ramlila Maidan. Supporters hold "We Want Rahul" as party president placards. Ghulam Nabi Azad starts a new political innings, holds a rally in Jammu, still to announce his new party's name. Ahead of our India visit, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina calls India a tested friend, says India should play a major role in resolving the Rohingya issue and seeks more generosity from India on Teesta water sharing. The top story, the former Tata Sons chairman Cyrus Mistry died in a car accident near Mumbai on Sunday. Cyrus Mistry, who succeeded Ratan Tata as chairman of the Tata Sons but was later ousted in India's most high-profile boardroom coup, was killed in a car accident in Maharashtra's Palghar on Sunday afternoon. He was just 54. Mr. Mistry was travelling from Gujarat to Mumbai in a Mercedes car. Pictures from the accident site show the mangled remains of a silver Mercedes. The accident occurred, reportedly, according to the police, because the car hit a road divider about 135 kilometers from Mumbai. There were 4 people in the car, 2 including Cyrus Mistry died on the spot. The other 2 have been moved to a hospital. The mortal remains of Cyrus Mistry and Jahangir Pandol will be brought to the JJ hospital in Mumbai, where a post-mortem will also take place. The Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis says that he has asked the state police to conduct a detailed investigation into the accident. And Prime Minister Modi has led all the tweets of mourning that have come out, especially from India Inc. He has tweeted about the loss of a business tycoon, calling it a big loss to the world of commerce and industry. The untimely demise of Sri Cyrus Mistry is shocking. He was a promising business leader who believed in India's economic prowess. His passing away is a big loss to the world of commerce and industry. Condolences to his friends and family. May his soul rest in peace. Prime Minister Modi tweeted. He's not alone. Union Minister of Commerce Piyush Goyal tweeted his condolences, terming him Indian industry's shining star. The RPG Enterprises chairman Harsh Goenka remembered Mr. Mistry as a friend, a gentleman, a man of substance. The industrialist Anand Mahindra said it was hard to digest the news of Mr. Mistry's death. The veteran leader, the Nationalist Congress Party Chief Sharad Pawar, called Mr. Mistry a dynamic and brilliant entrepreneur, one of the brightest stars of the corporate world, said Mr. Pawar. His daughter, Supriya Sule, who was one of the first to confirm and break this news on Twitter, says that she is devastated. She tweeted this afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, saying, "Devastating news. My brother Cyrus Mistry passed away. I cannot believe it." Mr. Mistry was the 6th chairman of Tata Sons. Ousted from the position in October 2016. He had taken over as the chairman in December 2012 after Ratan Tata announced his retirement. And in July 2018, in a major victory for the $100 billion Tata Group and its chairman, the emeritus chairman Ratan Tata, the National Company Law Tribunal dismissed all charges made by its former chairman Cyrus Mistry over his ouster from India's largest conglomerate and its corporate governance standards. And today, N. Chandrasekaran, chairman of Tata Sons, has tweeted that "I'm deeply saddened by the sudden and untimely demise of Mr. Cyrus Mistry. He had a passion for life, and it is really tragic that he passed away at such a young age. My deepest condolences and prayers for his family. in these difficult times. Sohit Mishra is following this story. He joins us now. Sohit, what is the latest we've heard from the authorities, from the police, about what caused this accident? Because a Mercedes that they were traveling in really is said to be the gold standard when it comes to car safeties, and is said to also have those airbags that really protect you no matter what.
Well, what we can say right now is that the investigation is going on. A forensic team, in fact, late at night, had also reached the accident spot to collect the samples to change the sequence of the events that led to the accident. Also, the CCTV en route to the spot is being checked to establish what led to the accident. And since, as you are also saying, it's a high-end vehicle, the police will also try to retrieve data from the vehicle if available. And while we speak, what we can also say is that the mortal remains of Cyrus Mistry and Jahangir Pandole are being taken to JJ Hospital, Mumbai, by road for post-mortem. The mortal remains are being escorted by the Maharashtra police squad. So these are the details that we know as of now. The investigation is going on, and it would be very soon or too soon to say something as of now, because the police is investigating the entire matter. In fact, Home Minister, who is also the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, has also ordered for a detailed investigation on this entire case. So very important to see that what investigation does the police do and what are the details that they get. As of now, what we can say is that the mortal remains are on its way to Mumbai for post-mortem at JJ Hospital, and at the same time, the forensic team is at the spot, the CCTV is being looked, and also the police is trying to retrieve data from the vehicle if possible.
All right, Sohit Mishra reporting there. Thank you for those details. Meanwhile, this has been the latest blow for the Mistry family, whose patriarch, Palonji Mistry, Cyrus Mistry's father, died just in June at the age of 93. Their empire had built luxury hotels, stadiums, palaces and factories across Asia, but was most recently known for a corporate feud with the Tata Group. Cyrus Mistry was the younger son of the late Palonji Mistry, owner of the Shahpurji Palonji Group and the biggest stakeholder in the Tata Group. Mr. Mistry replaced Ratan Tata as executive chairman after he stepped down on turning 75. That was, like I said, in 2012. Mr. Mistry had joined the Tata Group in 2006 as a director, and he had held non-executive positions on the boards of several other Tata companies. Earlier, Mr. Mistry is only the second person from outside the Tata family to head the group in the last 142 years of its existence. He was only the second person to be in that post and not have that famous last name, Tata's, but he could retain his post for just 4 years. In October 2016, Mr. Mistry was removed as the Tata Sons chairman in a dramatic ouster. Months later, in December, two Mistry family-backed investment firms at Cyrus Investments Private Limited and the Sterling Investments Corporation Private Limited moved the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, or the NCLAT, alleging mismanagement by Tata Sons. In February 2017, Mr. Mistry was removed as a director on the board of the Tata Sons, the holding company of the Tata Group firms. Mr. Mistry was managing director of the construction giant Shahpurji Palonji Group before his appointment as chairman designate of Tata Sons. He joined the Shahpurji Palonji Group in 1991 as a director. Born on the 4th of July 1968. Mr. Pandole had completed, Mr. Mistry, had completed his graduation in civil engineering from the Imperial College of Science and Technology in Medicine in London. He also held a master's degree in management from the London Business School. Now this Mercedes-Benz had three other passengers. Anayatha Pandole's husband, Darius Pandole, Anayatha Pandole, her husband Darius Pandole and his brother Jahangir Pandole were the three other passengers in this Mercedes-Benz. Cyrus Mistry and Jahangir Pandole have died in the car crash. Anayatha Pandole, who's 55, and her husband Darius Pandole, who's 60, have been admitted to hospital. Anayatha Pandole is a well-known gynecologist. She's also one of the founders of the Geo Parsis, an initiative to contain the decline of the Parsi population in India. The Pandoles were old family friends of the Mistrys, and according to the Palghar police, the car in which Cyrus Mistry, the former Tata Sons chairman, was travelling, was being driven by this well-known gynecologist in Mumbai, Anahita Pandole, when it met with this accident. Anahita's husband, Darius Pandole, heads JM Financial Private Equity. He was formerly an independent director in the Tata Group firms. He had opposed the removal of Cyrus Mistry as the Tata Sons chairman, and he left with Cyrus Mistry when he was dramatically ousted. The Pandole family owns Dukes, a maker of soft drinks like Mangola. They sold the business to Pepsi about over 20 years ago. One of the two brothers who sold the business to Pepsi was Dinshaw Pandole, who died last week. And Cyrus Mistry, Dinshaw Pandole's two sons, and his daughter-in-law had been to Udvaha. Udvaha is, of course, where the main fire temple for Parsis is, and the passengers in this car had travelled to Udvaha for prayers, and tragically, the accident happened during their return. A forensic team is at the accident site to find out the sequence of events that led to the car crash. The police say that the CCTV footage along the route is being checked.
3 बजे अहमदाबाद से मुंबई जाने वाले रोड पे सूर्या रिवर के ऊपर का जो ब्रिज है, तो ब्रिज के डिवाइडर पे डैश होके मर्सिडीज गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। उसमें 4 लोग सवार थे, उसमें से 2 लोग स्पॉट पे ही मृत घोषित किए गए और बाकी के जो 2 लोग थे वो जख्मी है, उनको रेनबो हॉस्पिटल में शिफ्ट किया गया है, जो वापी में है।
And now let's take a look at the life and times of Cyrus Mistry, the man who came into prominence as the young chairman of the Tata Group.
Cyrus Mistry found himself under the spotlight in 2012 as he took over the reins of one of India's largest and most well-respected business groups, Tata Sons. As a 77-year-old, Ratan Tata stepped down and a much younger 44-year-old Mistry took charge, chosen largely because his father's company, Shapoorji Pallonji Group, was the largest shareholder in Tata Sons. But Ratan Tata had called him a good and far-sighted choice. Cyrus Mistry had joined the Tata board in 2006. He is believed to have made a good impression on Ratan Tata during this period. But his rise to the top was as dramatic as his fall. An unceremonious exit 4 years later in 2016. What followed were accusations and legal battles leading to a 70-year-old partnership between Tata Sons and SP Group soaring to an extent that they wanted to pull out from the partnership. However, a dispute over the valuation made the process problematic. Mistry was born in 1968 to construction tycoon Pallonji Mistry. Cyrus Mistry did his graduation in civil engineering from the Imperial College of Science, Technology and Medicine in London in 1990. He completed a master's degree in management from the London Business School in 1996. But he started working in his family business from 1991 as a director. After his father passed away in June this year, he became heir to one of the world's wealthiest and oldest business groups. His untimely death at 54, just 3 months after his father's, comes as a setback to the family and also a jolt to the family-run conglomerate. He is survived by his wife and 2 sons. Bureau Report, NDTV.
In other news from around the country, the Congress's Rahul Gandhi addressed an impressive gathering of people at Delhi's Ram Leela Maidan on Sunday with a war cry against the Modi government. He said that a united opposition has the ability to defeat the BJP and the RSS.
A mega show of strength by the Congress in Delhi's Ram Leela Maidan. The Mehngai Par Halla Bol rally saw crowds amid tight security arrangements. Several senior leaders including Rahul Gandhi, Ashok Gehlot, Sachin Pilot, Bhupesh Baghel, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, Prithviraj Chauhan addressed thousands of party workers who gathered for the event. Wayanad MP Rahul Gandhi in his speech attacked Prime Minister Narendra Modi over inflation and rising unemployment, accusing BJP of dividing the country.
पिछले 8 सालों में आप मुझे बता दीजिए, हिंदुस्तान के गरीब आदमी को, किसान को, मजदूर को, छोटे दुकानदार को नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ने क्या फायदा दिया? पूरा का पूरा फायदा डर और नफरत का फायदा हिंदुस्तान के 2 उद्योगपति उठा रहे हैं। आप बाकी उद्योगपतियों से भी पूछ लो, वो भी आपको बताएंगे कि पिछले 8 साल में हमारा कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ, सिर्फ 2 व्यक्तियों का फायदा हुआ है, जो इस देश की आत्मा है। आज इसकी रक्षा करना, आज इसको बचाने का काम हर हिंदुस्तानी नागरिक को करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अगर हमने ये नहीं किया, अगर हम आज नहीं खड़े हुए, तो फिर ये देश नहीं बचेगा।
The BJP was quick to counter the attack.
ये कोई महंगाई कम करने की, महंगाई के ऊपर कोई रैली नहीं है, ये परिवार बचाओ रैली है। ये एक ऐसी टीम है जिसका कप्तान कोई बनना नहीं चाहता। एक बार नहीं, 2 बार नहीं, कई बार राहुल गांधी को लॉन्च करा गया है और 2014 के बाद कांग्रेस पार्टी ने 90% चुनाव हारे हैं।
कन्याकुमारी से ले कश्मीर तक तो मैं तो
The rally sets the stage for Rahul Gandhi to hit the street with the party's 3,500 km Bharat Jodo Yatra from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, starting from September 7, where the former party president will walk across the country highlighting the issues of price rise and unemployment and promoting communal harmony.
The massive show of strength and the fiery speech by Rahul Gandhi at the Ramlila Maidan has come out as a shot in the arm for the Congress party that is hit by senior party leaders leading the party across the country. But whether the party will be able to maintain the same consistency till the 2024 election will be a major question on whether the Congress party will be able to regain the ground it has been losing to the Bharatiya Janata Party and the regional parties since 2024. With camera person Gauri Prasad, I'm Akshay Dongri for NDTV.
But this as a senior party veteran, former senior party veteran, I should say, Ghulam Nabi Azad, who recently severed ties with the Congress, held his own massive rally in Jammu. He hit out at his former party again and said that he was set to launch his own political outfit. Mr. Azad has virtually been able to take all Congress members of Jammu and Kashmir's unit with him, and this raises a serious question about the Congress's fate in Jammu and Kashmir.
तीन चीजें हमारी सबसे ज्यादा प्राथमिकता होंगी हमारी पार्टी की। पूरी स्टेटहुड, जमीन कोई बाहर से न खरीदे, जम्मू में या कश्मीर में, नौकरी बाहर से कोई न करे। इंदिरा गांधी के नाम से मैंने ट्यूलिप गार्डन नाम रखा, सिर्फ 1.5 साल में तामीर, 3 शिफ्टों में 24/7। मुझे हिंदुस्तान में कोई बताए उसने हज हाउस और यात्रा हाउस 3 और 8 महीने में बनाया। मैंने जम्मू कश्मीर की असेंबली 11 महीने में बनवाई। ऐसे कई पुल है, ऐसे कई स्कूल हैं। मैंने 6 एम्स बनवाए ट्रिपल शिफ्ट में।
आगे बढ़ो, जम्मू कश्मीर की मजबूरी है, जम्मू कश्मीर की मजबूरी है। आजाद साहब आगे बढ़ो।
कांग्रेस हमने बनाई है, अपने खून और पसीने से बनाई है। ये कंप्यूटर से नहीं बनी है, ये ट्वीट से नहीं बनी है, ये SMS से भेजनी है। गलत अफवाहें हमारे खिलाफ पूरे हिंदुस्तान में और जम्मू कश्मीर में फैलाने से नहीं बनी।
रैली के दिन ही पे रैली का क्या संदेश हुआ आपको लगता है देना चाहते
मैं
हैं?
कांग्रेस की रैली की बात करूंगा, मैं बीजेपी की रैली के बारे में बात नहीं करूंगा.
While Azad is yet to announce the name of his political party, a large number of political leaders, mostly from the Congress, have already joined him. Advent of Azad is bound to change the political landscape in Jammu and Kashmir. But the big question is, when will elections take place in Jammu and Kashmir? The region is without an elected government for last more than 4 years. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
And finally, the Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has lauded Prime Minister Modi's initiative towards rescuing students of her country, thus Bangladeshi students who were stuck in Eastern Europe as the war in Ukraine started. In an interview, Prime Minister Hasina, who is to start her visit to India on Monday, lavished praise on the Modi government's gesture of providing COVID-19 vaccines to neighbouring countries too. However, she's also spoken about the outstanding issues between the two countries, the most important of them being regarding the state of the Rohingya refugees and also to the Tista water dispute, a deal that has been in limbo for a while. She's urged India to play a major role in trying to resolve the Rohingya crisis.
Well, you know, for us it is a big burden. India is a vast country, you can accommodate, but you don't have much. But in our country, we 1.1 million Rohingya, so we have given them shelter. But now they should go back to the country. But India as a neighbor country, they can play a big role on it. I feel that.